So these are the examples on page 9 of your yellow note packet. We're going to do these together, but if you could just try to stay ahead a little bit, that would help. So we're starting with a rectangle, and what happens here is they're giving you the area. Given the area, you're trying to find different parts. So we're working backwards. So in this first case, it gives you a rectangle, and it tells you the base is 8 feet, and it tells you the answer, the area is 72 feet squared. And it wants you to go backwards and find the height. So here are your steps. Write the equation for area of a rectangle. Make sure you're using the right equation. Area of a rectangle is just base times height. Then you substitute in the pieces that you know. I know the base is 8 feet. I know the answer, the area, is 72. And I don't know the height. And then it just says to solve for the missing piece. So 8 times something is 72, so I just divide by 8. And the answer is 9. Use your units of measurement, feet, for the height. Okay, we do the same thing for a triangle. When you are dealing with rectangles or squares or parallelograms, those are kind of the easiest because it's basically just one step to solve. But when you deal with triangles and trapezoids and kites, there's multiple steps, and there's also the 1/2, which makes it a little trickier. So given the triangle has a base of 6 meters and an area of 54 meters squared, find the height. So steps are the same. Write the equation for area of a triangle. Area of a triangle, 1/2 base times height. Substitute in the pieces that you know. So I know the base is 6. I know the area is 54. And that's it. So I just rewrite the rest of the pieces. Now, here's the tricky part. We have the 1/2. There are 2 ways to go about the 1/2. You can do them separately, get rid of the 1/2 and get rid of the 6. I like to just multiply these two numbers. 1/2 of 6 is 3. And now it becomes just a basic division to solve for h. 3 times something is 54. So if you divide by 3, 18 meters for the height. All right, the next one talks about a trapezoid. So given a trapezoid has bases of 8 inches and 11 inches, and it gives you the answer of 57 inches squared, find the height. Steps are the same. Write the equation for area of a trapezoid. So area of a trapezoid, 1/2 times the height times the base plus the base. Now, base plus base is what you do first. When I'm given my values, I just plug those in, I add those together, then I multiply it by the height, and then I take half. Here, we just have to be really careful of the order of operations here. So it says the bases are 8 and 11. The bases are 8 and 11. And then it just gives me the area of 57. And I know the 1/2, and it's the height that I don't know. So I'm going to combine these like terms first, the 8 and the 11. Write everything else down. And just like up here, I took half of 6. Down here, I can take half of 19, because 3 values multiplied together, I could switch the 19 and the h, and then it would be 1/2 times 19 times h. So commutative property says that that's okay to do. So half of 19, I'm going to get a decimal. That's okay. So half of 19, 9.5. So 9.5 times the h. And the last step is the same. Divide by 9.5. I ran out of room, so you guys go ahead and do that and tell me what you get. And then make sure to put your units of measurement on there. It's okay if it's a decimal. All right, and then the final one This one is given one diagonal of a kite is 22 meters and the area is 176 meters squared. Find the length of the other diagonal. Steps are the same. Write the equation for area of a trapezoid. Now you should probably have all your formulas in one place, or you can keep looking back at the note packet. Write the equation for area of a trapezoid. Area equals 1/2 diagonal times diagonal. I don't put the little 1 and the little 2 there, it's just both diagonals. Okay, that's fine. Substitute the pieces that you know. It says that one diagonal is 22 and the area is 176. One diagonal is 22, doesn't matter which one. The area is 176. I rewrite all the rest of this. And it's the same. 1/2 times 22. 1/2 of 22 is 11. Oops, my page number got in the way. Divide by 11. And you have your diagonal. Don't forget your units of measurement, whatever that answer is. It's okay if it's a decimal. Okay, guys, so actually I think the answer is 1, goes into there, with 6 left over. Is that 16? Is that the answer? So the working backwards has these steps. Write the equation for whatever the shape is, substitute the pieces that you know, and then solve. Just be careful for the 1/2. For kites, rhombus, trapezoid, triangles, rectangles, squares, and parallelograms do not have the 1/2. Those are just the basic base times height. So if you want to try these again yourself and then look back and make sure you did them right.